January 18th, awakens a force so rare. Even the heavens pause in awe. Today, a chosen one ascends to level 777 without breaking a sweat, shattering limits that most dare not challenge. Every step of this journey pulses with unseen energy, a rhythm so precise that even the divine watches in stunned silence. In this video, Shi Heng Yi will guide you through the hidden truths behind this extraordinary rise, the secret alignments, the cosmic signals, and the subtle power moves that make the impossible seem effortless. You will witness how mastery is not always about struggle, but about timing, focus, and a deep connection to forces most overlook. By the end, you will understand why January 18th is not just another day. It is a portal for transformation, a moment when potential meets destiny. Every detail matters, from the smallest choice to the largest surge of energy, and these truths have been carefully hidden until now. Staying until the final moment will reveal insights that can awaken your own path, unlocking confidence, clarity, and a sense of power you may not have known existed. The energy of this day is electric, a signal to those ready to step beyond ordinary limits. Welcome, seekers, to Shaolin Divine Flow, where ancient wisdom meets the extraordinary unfolding of today. Subscribe now and walk with us as we uncover the hidden mechanics of mastery, the secrets the world rarely sees, and the path that turns ordinary moments into legendary breakthroughs. Today, your perspective will shift, your understanding deepens, and your awareness of unseen forces expands. This is not just the story of a chosen one, it is an invitation for every soul ready to rise, awaken, and step into a level of power few ever glimpse. A whisper travels through the realms, a signal few can sense, yet all feel its tremor. The chosen one moves through January 18th like a shadow untouched by struggle, steps silent, yet every motion reshaping reality. Energy hums in the air, subtle yet undeniable, as if the universe itself bends to witness this ascent. Around ordinary lives, time flows predictably, rules remain unbroken, and limits feel permanent, but here something impossible is unfolding. The level 777 is not a number. It is a threshold, a mark so rare that centuries pass without a single soul brushing against it. Those who attempt it stumble, grind endlessly, and still fall short. Yet this one rises without resistance, without effort, as if guided by currents unseen and powers unspoken. Behind the veil, forces converge, timing aligns, paths open, and opportunities appear where no doors existed before. Observers sense it, though none can explain it. The air vibrates with quiet astonishment, a subtle confirmation that something extraordinary stirs in the background. Every glance, every step, hints at mastery beyond the ordinary, yet remains cloaked in mystery. Few will ever witness it, fewer still will understand it, and those who do find their perception of possibility forever altered. Even the elements seem to pause, bending slightly in acknowledgement of a presence that refuses to be measured by conventional standards. This is a journey not merely of levels or power, but of alignment, a rare convergence where effort and destiny meet in perfect harmony. And as the chosen one moves forward, the world waits, suspended in quiet anticipation, sensing the arrival of something legendary, an event that defies logic, commands awe, and whispers that the extraordinary is never as far away as it seems. Before this day, the chosen one walked a path familiar to many, a life of effort, of obstacles that tested resolve, of doubts that whispered louder than encouragement. Nights were spent questioning limits, wondering if the climb was worth the exhaustion. Challenges appeared insurmountable, and every small victory came with its own hidden cost. The world around seemed heavy, weighted with rules, expectations, and the constant pull of mediocrity. Yet even within these struggles, there was a spark, a quiet persistence that refused to be extinguished. Each setback was met with reflection, each failure a lesson absorbed silently, shaping a resilience few could perceive. While others struggled to gain a single level, the chosen one moved steadily, learning the rhythm of effort, the subtle flow of energy that often goes unnoticed. Doubts existed, yes, but they never dictated the path. They only sharpened awareness, refined focus, and honed instinct. And then today arrived. Today, the ordinary dissolved. Every limit that once seemed permanent now bowed to a force unseen. Tasks that once demanded sweat and endless repetition became effortless gestures. The grind, the waiting, the struggle, all of it faded into irrelevance as the chosen one ascended to level 777 with a calmness that defied expectation. The contrast is striking. A past of persistence, calculation, and learning met a present of effortless mastery, a proof that preparation, awareness, and alignment can make the impossible seem natural. Where once every step required struggle, now every move resonates with confidence, with precision, and with a sense of inevitability. The journey from ordinary to extraordinary was not sudden. It was cultivated, hidden behind quiet effort, unseen discipline, and the patience to learn the world's secret rhythms. And now, having arrived at this pinnacle, the chosen one moves to reality with a grace that seems effortless, a mastery so rare that it astonishes all who sense it, even those watching from realms far beyond human understanding. A single moment shifted everything. It began quietly, almost imperceptibly, as though the world itself held its breath. The chosen one felt a subtle vibration beneath the skin, a pulse not of the body, but of the unseen currents flowing through existence. Energy, once scattered and hidden, aligned perfectly, weaving a path that no eye could trace yet every soul could sense. The air shimmered with a tension that was neither light nor sound, but something older, something cosmic. It was as if the universe whispered a secret only the prepared could hear, a signal that timing had arrived, that effort alone could no longer define destiny. In that instant, barriers dissolved. Limits that once bound thought and action became illusions, fading into the background as the chosen one tapped into a current older than the stars. Every decision, every breath, synchronized with an invisible rhythm, a cosmic heartbeat that guided each step. The world tilted slightly, unseen forces bending subtly to accommodate this surge, opening doors that had long remained sealed. The moment was fleeting, yet eternal, both a blink and a lifetime, a threshold between ordinary struggle and effortless mastery. Through this awakening, clarity emerged, where doubt had once lingered. The chosen one's vision sharpened, not just of the path ahead, but of the hidden layers beneath it, the energy flows that most never perceive. Obstacles became signals, challenges transformed into stepping stones, and the very air seemed charged with potential. Every movement resonated with power, precise and intentional, yet effortless, as if guided by a presence both intimate and vast. In this convergence of spirit, timing, and alignment, the chosen one did not climb. They ascended, carried on currents that exist beyond mortal understanding, stepping into a realm where skill, preparation, and destiny merge seamlessly. It was the awakening of a force that had always existed within, now recognized, now unleashed, and nothing would ever be the same again. The air thickened with anticipation, every heartbeat echoing like a drum through unseen corridors. Those who watched from afar sensed something monumental approaching, yet none could predict its scale. The chosen one moved with quiet certainty, each step deliberate, each breath aligned with forces unseen, numbers, ranks, and limits that had once defined achievement blurred into insignificance, replaced by a presence so commanding it seemed to bend reality itself. Whispers spread among observers, humans, spirits, even distant watchers in realms untouched by ordinary perception, but words could not capture the depth of what was unfolding. Then, as the moment reached its apex, the impossible became undeniable. Level 777 appeared, not as a mark of effort, but as a testament to alignment, focus, and unseen mastery. The chosen one's ascent was effortless, yet each observer felt its weight as if reality itself had shifted. Eyes widened, jaws slackened, and a stunned silence fell, heavy and unbroken. None could comprehend how a soul had moved through countless trials without struggle, how limits that bound ordinary beings were crossed with ease, almost teasing the universe itself. Every measure of difficulty, every expectation of resistance, dissolved in the presence of this astonishing rise. Energy seemed to ripple outward from the chosen one, subtle yet undeniable, touching all who were near, leaving a sense of awe that lingered long after the moment passed. Even the most seasoned watchers, those who had seen countless feats of skill and power, paused in disbelief, unable to reconcile what they knew with what they had just witnessed. The level up was not just a number, it was a signal, a revelation, a proof that the extraordinary exists, and sometimes it arrives quietly, effortlessly, yet leaves a world forever altered. And in that stunned silence, the chosen one stood, calm and unwavering, a living testament to the idea that mastery, once aligned with the unseen, transcends all expectation. Even the heavens shifted, subtle but undeniable, as if the cosmos itself leaned in to witness what had never been seen before. Stars flickered in recognition, constellations realigning as though tracing the chosen one's path. A quiet, electrifying hum pulsed through the universe, a signal that resonated far beyond mortal comprehension. Forces that guide destiny, usually silent and impartial, stirred in astonishment, acknowledging a presence that moved with absolute certainty. Every ripple of energy, every surge of power, drew attention from realms that rarely intervene, as if the very fabric of existence paused to bear witness. Even God paused, witnessing this effortless mastery. Time itself seemed to hesitate, each second stretching to honor the significance of the ascent. Angels, guardians, and unseen watchers leaned closer, silent but attentive, sensing a rare convergence of skill, focus, and alignment. It was not just power on display, it was precision, grace, and harmony with currents that flow beyond comprehension. A cosmic hush settled heavy with awe, where silence spoke louder than any declaration. The chosen one's rise became a signal to all realms that when preparation meets the unseen, when persistence meets timing, even the highest powers cannot ignore it. And yet, this was not chaos or random happenstance. Every ripple, every spark of astonishment confirmed a truth: long hidden mastery is both a personal journey and a cosmic event. The chosen one moved in tandem with forces invisible, a conduit of destiny that drew astonishment from all levels of existence. Even those who dwell in planes untouched by human sight felt a shift, a subtle acknowledgement that a moment of pure alignment had occurred. Every glance from above, every subtle quiver of unseen energy celebrated this rare event. The universe itself recognized that effortless mastery had appeared, a phenomenon so precise, so extraordinary, that even eternity itself seemed to pause in reverent silence. Power often wears a quiet face. The chosen one's rise to level 777 was not a fluke, nor merely talent. It was a reflection of forces few notice, a mastery of currents that flow unseen. Focus guided every move, sharp and unwavering, cutting through distraction like a blade through mist. Timing, subtle yet relentless, dictated when to act and when to wait, revealing that every step, no matter how small, carries weight beyond comprehension. Alignment of energy, both within and around, created a resonance so perfect that effort became optional, as if the universe itself conspired to clear the path. Belief, however, was the foundation. Not belief in luck or chance or empty words, but a quiet, absolute certainty in one's capacity to rise, to move with currents others cannot perceive. This confidence was invisible, almost imperceptible, yet it shaped every outcome, drawing opportunity and energy as naturally as gravity draws objects downward. Those who witnessed the ascent felt it too. The subtle pull of potential, the sense that mastery is not earned by struggle alone, but by harmony with something far larger than ordinary effort. And still, much remains unseen. The true mechanisms, the exact paths, the hidden forces guiding each step, these are not meant to be fully revealed. They exist in shadow, in rhythm, in the spaces between thought and action, waiting for those attuned enough to sense them. To observe the chosen one is to glimpse a truth few recognize, that power rarely shouts, that achievement is often silent, and that the extraordinary does not come from doing more, but from moving with what is already present. In this quiet mastery, lessons emerge without words. The patterns, the alignment, the belief. They hint at a world where limits bend, where effort becomes effortless, and where the impossible is simply a threshold waiting for the prepared. Every observer senses it, feels it, and wonders if they too can step into the currents that shape destiny unseen. The chosen one moves as if the rules of effort do not apply, while others labor endlessly, grinding day after day, trapped in cycles of repetition and frustration. This ascent unfolds with a quiet inevitability. No exhaustion, no doubt, no faltering steps, only a flow that seems to bypass the struggles everyone else accepts as necessary. Ordinary attempts falter, weighed down by overthinking, impatience, and the blind assumption that effort alone guarantees progress. Yet here, effort is not absent, it is refined, invisible, woven into every decision so seamlessly that it feels like instinct rather than toil. Observers who have spent lifetimes chasing levels, pushing against limits, and counting every small gain watch in disbelief. They see the grind, the failures, the sweat, and the endless repetitions, and cannot reconcile it with what unfolds before them. The chosen one moves differently, through alignment, understanding, and quiet mastery, turning what seems impossible into a simple truth. Every step bypasses obstacles that would stop others cold. Every move flows past resistance that would drain the unprepared. What the world calls limits, the chosen one calls guideposts, shifting barriers into mere markers along a path already cleared by unseen forces. This is not luck, nor trickery. It is the embodiment of working smarter, not harder, yet on a plane that transcends common understanding. Patterns of energy, timing, focus, and belief replace the need for endless struggle, showing that conventional methods, though familiar, are only one way to progress. The contrast is stark. While most stumble, grind, and falter, the chosen one glides, demonstrating that mastery is less about exertion and more about resonance with the currents that govern achievement. In every motion, every calm, assured decision, it becomes clear. The rules of effort are not universal. They bend, shift, and sometimes vanish entirely for those who learn to move with forces unseen, defying expectation at every turn. The moment of ascension did not end with the chosen one alone. It rippled outward, touching every corner of the world and every mind attuned to possibility. Whispers spread like wildfire, first among close observers, then across communities, until all became a shared experience. Those who had once doubted, who had believed limits were permanent, now paused, questioning what they thought impossible. Admiration rose quietly, then swelled, as people witnessed a mastery so complete it redefined what they believed could be achieved. Shock lingered in every glance, every conversation, every hesitant acknowledgement that the ordinary rules had shifted. Where struggle had once been revered, now effortless alignment commanded respect. The chosen one's rise became a symbol, a living example that persistence, focus, and resonance with unseen forces can yield results far beyond what convention allows. Ordinary people felt the stirrings of possibility in their own lives, a spark igniting in hearts long dulled by routine and repetition. Motivation spread subtly but powerfully. Those who had accepted limits began to dream differently, to act with intention rather than blind effort, to notice the currents around them and learn to move with them. Conversations shifted from doubt to curiosity, from fear to strategy, from stagnation to action. Even skeptics could not deny the evidence. The ripple effect was undeniable. In every town, every circle of influence, a quiet revolution took place. People began to believe in the impossible, not as fantasy, but as potential waiting to be unlocked. The level up of one became a beacon for many, a signal that the extraordinary exists and can be touched by those who prepare, who align, who see beyond immediate struggle. What once seemed distant and unreachable now felt within grasp. And as admiration, shock, and inspiration spread, the world itself seemed subtly altered, poised on the edge of new possibilities, ready to witness the next rise of those daring enough to follow the currents unseen. Today, we witnessed something truly extraordinary. A chosen one rising to level 777 without struggle, moving beyond limits that seem permanent and awakening forces few can even sense. This was not just a level up, it was a revelation, a glimpse of what is possible when focus, alignment, and belief converge perfectly. The ripple of this achievement extends far beyond one person, inspiring awe, motivation, and a renewed sense of possibility in all who observed. Moments like this remind us that the extraordinary often hides in plain sight, waiting for those ready to recognize it, to align with it, and to step into their own potential. It is a quiet power, a subtle mastery, and a reminder that the universe often rewards those who move with unseen currents rather than brute effort alone. If this journey inspired you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Divine Flow, so you never miss the hidden truths, rare insights, and powerful awakenings that can change your perspective and your life. January 18th. Remember this date, because some moments are not meant to be understood, they are meant to be witnessed. And as you carry this story with you, let it awaken something within, a quiet knowing that the impossible is closer than it seems, and that every step you take in alignment with your own path holds the potential to transform not just your life, but the world around you.